Hello, my name is Trydar. Today I'm going to be showing you how to build a Roman Praetorium in Minecraft. Let's get started. Now, the Roman Praetorium is a building inside the Roman fort where, of course, the Praetor lives. That would be the garrison commander. To be his house. It's supposed to be a higher status than other structures. The only thing that would be equivalent to this would be, of course, the Principia, which will be the next video after this one in the fort series. And then I'm going to do a complete video showing you how to put all these buildings together inside of a really big fort. But I've been doing them piece by piece instead of trying to do a big giant fort series. So the Praetorium is designed around generally sometimes an atrium and a peristyle courtyard at the back. We do have the courtyard. I neglected to include the atrium in this in favor of doing a second story. On the top there, I want to do something a little bit different than the domus, which we have already done, which could be also a commander's house as well, but this one is not quite as posh as that sort of building. It's a little bit more humble, you could say. We do have, of course, a little Tuscan order pediment out here. So let's open the door and go inside and really take a look around. So we have a little entrance vestibule here. And then we come into immediately a main room here. This would be where the atrium would normally be, but of course we have a second story up there, so we just have a coffered ceiling. I have worked some arches in here, though. We do have a nice little arch here by the entrance, and a couple of more arches around here as well. A couple right here at the back. And of course we have two wings that go off on either side, another little arch here. And various small rooms right here for bedrooms or storage or servants' quarters or something like that. We do have two large, nice rooms. A couple more arches in here in the middle to help hold the building up and everything. And on the floor, we don't have a mosaic because it's a fort building. We do have just a simple design that we have for all the other buildings in the fort series. So one wing is pretty much like another. The building, of course, has a center line, so it's symmetrical. Just like so. Let's go upstairs. We do have two stairwells right here at the front for easy access that go up here to an upper main hall section. And then we have four little rooms off to the sides here, suitable for storage, bedrooms, or whatnot. Whatever you think you want to put in there, and that's pretty much the tour of the building. Oh, well, we do need to go back here and take a look at the peristyle courtyard in the back. So we do have a little private walled-off garden here. There's a little space for the commander and his family to relax, have some fresh air, out of view of the rest of the troops and everything, of course. And we do have just some small decorative shrubberies here in the back as well. If you want to, you can add some more decorative trees and do a bit more gardening than I did. Before this building, I pretty much just made a basic design. We didn't want to go too complicated because, it is just a fort building. So we don't want to get too complicated with it. Otherwise, it won't look like the rest of the buildings in the fort. So you've already seen the materials list and the overall dimensions. The next dimensions here are going to be 45 by 48. First thing you want to do, so across the front is 45 blocks of cobbled deep slate, 45 across the front, and then from this point here, 48 along the back. So once you make that rectangle of cobbled deep slate, like you see done here, you want to go in behind that and put in another layer behind that of cobbled deep slate again, except here at the front. So let's count over to our center line. Well, actually, first we might want to, well, yeah, okay, we do want to do that. So from here, let's just count out. I think from this point here, I'm trying not to destroy the sign. Well, just pretend I put 1 there, and then 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 15, 18, 19, 20, 21. Where is the center line? 22, 23, 24. I think 4 on either side of that, so I am sitting on it. So it's going to be on that line there. I think I counted, I think that was going to be 23 to get over to that point there. And then we can see on either side of our center line, we want to come out with our cobbled deep slate for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not counting our center line, we would have a block there and then 7 on either side of cobbled deep slate. And then once you have done that, we want to go around and put a cobblestone slab curb around the building, just like so with these half slabs. All the way around here and then just straight across the back. Just like so. All right, and for the rest of this, now we want to fill in the pattern of putting our cobbled deep slate and our tough blocks in this arrangement here. I think if you pretty much just start in this corner here and then start alternating them, you can pretty clearly see how to do that. Let's count the distance across from the center line though. So if we start here on this piece of cobbled deep slate and count back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 4, 7, 30, and then 31 will get us to that point there. And that's going to be our back porch. So you can see with the checkerboard pattern here just exactly how many blocks to place for that. And then here is the indentation for the shrubbery. And in front of that, we want to put out the cobblestone slabs, just like so. And then we've got 4 blocks of depth all the way around the peristyle at the back here. And then you can go ahead and put in this very simple design of just oak leaves, just like so, in a little square. Just meant to be some really simple, decorative, formal gardens. And if you want to, you can get a little bit more complicated. If you wanted to, you could maybe plant yourself some ornamental trees in there if you want to. Maybe a couple of trees, maybe not just one. You could put an extra tree probably here and there. And if you wanted to, you could extend the shrubberies around a little bit more. Maybe to make it just a little bit more decorative, depending on what you want to do. You could even install yourself a little pool or a fountain back here or something. But I didn't want to get too complicated with that. Remember, it's just supposed to be kind of a simple building. And I think that's all there is to see on this phase. Let me just give you the whole top-down view here. And when you're doing this, since this is a foundational phase, I would measure all these numbers 2 to 3 times so you don't make a mistake. And also, if you prefer, of course, the building is available for download in the video description for both Java and Bedrock versions, as it always is. So for the next phase here, phase 2, as you can see, we're putting on the walls. So we're starting with now. So I think let's start right here at the door. This is going to be where our center line was marked out. And we can put in our door here. We know half of a door anyway. And then the oak tree trunks on either side, and then diorite there. And then, of course, for our Tuscan columns, we just have simple blocks of diorite, like so. And then for the lowest portions of the wall, we're outlining those with blocks of tuff. So you want to follow here and just do a straight line of tuff all the way till we get to our corner here. And then just turn and do a straight line of tuff all the way down to the other corner. Turn and do a line of tuff all the way to your other corner over here. And then turn and do the line of tuff back here, and then turn the corner, and then you've done a big rectangle till we get all the way back around to our entrance. So on the inside, going on the inside here, we want to place down our 2 blocks of oak stairs here. Remember our stairwell we looked at a moment ago? and then 3 blocks of tuff there. And then behind that, you can fill in the excess with cobblestone if you want to back here, or leave some of this hollow if you want to. And then there's 4 blocks here, and then 2 blocks there. And then back from here, we want to count over the 3 blocks there, and then go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 blocks there. Turn and go for 1, 2, 3, 4 more. Put in this design here for the doorway, and then 4 more blocks here. And then for the interior, we want to have just 1 block here, and then skip, I think that's 5, and then 1, 5, and then 1 there for the interior. All right, so on the other side of the center line, you want to mirror that design with the numbering and everything, just right there. All right, I think, let me see, let's continue from this point here and count for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks. And then turn and go for 1, install some diorite, and then our double doors. Go for 3, and then another doorway, and 3 blocks of tuff here again. Another block here, skip 2 blocks, and then 1 block there. And then turn and go for 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. Back there, and also back here. And then we want to do a straight run of tuff, except for the doorway, just all the way across here, and then just tie it in to the tuff you already placed back here. All right, so once you do those little rooms, we want to mirror the same design over here. All right, so back here for our Tuscan column, just like we did at the front, you want to place 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks of diorite there for those. And then back here for our peristyle, you want to count over for 1, 2, 3 blocks here, skip a block, and then here we want to place 1, skip 3, 1, 3, 1, and 3, 1, and 3, so on and so forth for 5 blocks, and then turn and do the same thing again for 1, 2, 3, 3, no, come on, torch, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blocks until you get to the other end of the peristyle. And then turn and do the same thing again, 4 more blocks. And that should be the complete foundation design for phase 2. So let's go on to phase 3, right here. This is going to be a quicker phase, because you can see pretty much for this one, we are just extending the walls up. So here's our door. You can go ahead and install that. And you can use a different kind of door if you don't like the oak. Perhaps a dark oak might look nice. We're going to look at the outside first, and then we'll take a look at the interior detailing. So here for our window frames, we have diorite and alternating that with cobblestone. Just like so. Turn the corner. And then back here, that's going to be 2 blocks over from our tuff right there. And then for our hallway, it's going to be 2 blocks there and then 1 extra block here. It had to be a little bit off center back here. And then for this wall, it's going to be just straight cobblestone all the way along the back and the sides for the peristyle, just like so. And then, of course, the other walls here, they're just copies of what we already placed down over there. Remember, we're splitting the building in 2, so if we draw our center line down the building, of course, what we build on this side is going to be a mirror image of what we want to build on that side there. So let's take a look on the inside now. We've got our oak stairs, just like so. A couple of oak blocks behind that. You can fill in the rest with cobble. Some stone brick stairs here. 2 blocks of tuff. And then just extend this around with cobblestone on top of the tuff. And then a little tuff in the corner, and then otherwise the walls are going to be cobblestone in here. Here's another doorway. And then cobblestone here. The double doorways, outlined with diorite, and then cobblestone for the walls. And then we're just extending this tuff block straight up. And then the doorway at the back. And then on the interior here, you want to just go around for all your diorite. Extend up the Tuscan columns here in the peristyle courtyard at the back, all the way around according to the numbering we did on the last phase. All right, next level, we're extending things up another block level. We're putting now a lintel over our doorway here with the oak tree trunks. And then for our windows, you can, if you want to, you could upgrade this to perhaps some light blue stained glass panes or something. But to keep it consistent with the other buildings, I opted in the reference model here to use the oak fences. But you can see here, just extend up your 4 columns at the front. And then for every other layer, we're going to be alternating now between cobblestone and stone bricks. You'll see that more as we go. So just like so here for the window design, you've already marked out where the diorite goes. Just extend it up there. And for the windows along the side here, otherwise the side is going to be just straight stone bricks across the back. All the way around there like so. As you can see. Pretty simple exterior. Let's take a look at the interior now. So we come to our landing here on the last phase. So we're turning and going the oak stairs up this way. And extending up our tuff here. Stone bricks for the walls, tuff for the corner. And the door frame here, just like so. Extend up the tuff and the middle there, the column and the pilasters. Back here, we want to do the double doors for these little rooms. And extend up the tough columns and pilasters here. All right, here at the back door, same deal for the door, same deal for the 4 columns. And of course, the same deal for the peristyle columns around the back courtyard. That's all there is to that. So let's take a look now at the next block level up, extending up the diorite columns at the front. A few more oak tree trunks there for the doorway. And otherwise the windows, they're going to be extending up. For the exterior, we want to repeat the previous phase, except where we did the stone bricks, you can clearly see that we're doing cobble now on the exterior. And then, of course, the exterior is just straight cobble all the way around the back. Let's take a look at the interior now. So here for the stairs, we're just extending, of course, the stairs up and back a block. Extending our tuff up here. Cobblestone there, tuff for the corner. Cobblestone and the doorway right here. Detailing for the double doors right there. Extending up our tuff here. Detail from the back, just extend up all these columns just around the peristyle at the back. Just like so, pretty easy. These are going to be the easiest phases, I think. So here at the front, same deal, extend up the diorite. And for our doorway, we want to cap off the door frame here with a bit of a diorite. And then the same deal to cap off the windows. We're doing diorite again, just like we did down here for this phase. We're doing pretty much the same thing again. Right here, except we're also doing stone bricks along with the diorite. I'll just give you a quick look at that. Otherwise, the back wall, you can see where that's going. Just extend all that straight up. It's like so. Let's take a look now at the detailing for the inside. So extend up our staircase, just like so, and cap off now with diorite here instead of tuff. And diorite here for the corner. And then stone bricks for the walls. Diorite for the door frame. Diorite also in here now on top of the tuff column and pilasters. Diorite door frames right here. And then diorite here on top of the tuff as well. For the bottoms of the arches and the pilasters and the pillars. And of course, you know how to do the thing at the back here. Just extend all those columns up 1 block. All right, next level for our Tuscan order. Very simple order. We just have 4 upside down stone brick stairs. On top of those for all of these columns there. Behind that, this entire phase is almost going to consist entirely of putting, except for some detailing of diorite, of tuff. So you can see where we put on the last phase, where we did all the diorite and the stone bricks. Right on top of that, for the walls, you want to extend that up with some tuff, just like you see done here. And then in front of that, to cap off the window frames, just a little decoration, we want to have 3 upside down stone brick stairs on top of all of those. There are 2 little side windows here, just like so, and then extend the tuff all the way around the back wall of the peristyle courtyard. All right, on the interior here, you know what we're doing with the stairs, I think. We want to extend our tuff out, though. Just fill in all this here with tuff. And then 2 more blocks of diorite here. 2 blocks of diorite on the corner. Otherwise, the wall here is all tuff. And then diorite for the interior. Column and pilasters there. Tuff on top of the walls for the small rooms. And then diorite here. Tuff all the way around the back. For these 4 columns here, do the same detailing we did with the upside down stairs that we did at the front. And for all the columns in the peristyle, do the same detailing for the capitals of those columns. Just like so. All right, next phase up from that, really easy phase. I think it's almost completely diorite. So here at the front, of course, we just want to now connect our little pediment. Just like so, we've got a little 3-block wide coffers right there. And otherwise, you can see, just extend the diorite all the way around on top of all of the walls right there. And we'd also want to link the peristyle together now with an entablature of diorite right here, just all the way around in a big U shape at the back. Let me just show you this entire sequence from the top down, might be easier. Like so. Let's take a look at the interior detailing. Same deal here for the stairs. And we're now putting in our arch, so we want to lever these blocks over right here. And this is not a mistake. We do want to have these 2 blocks of stone bricks there, just like so. If we put extra diorite in there, we would lose the shape of the arch, so it's like that there. Same detailing over here. Extend all these blocks over with the diorite, just like so. Connect these 2 here. And then these 2 here in the middle. And of course, for our large rooms at the front, same detailing again here for the stone bricks. Right there. And for the back, you want to make the entablature design for the pediment the same we did as at the front. Just like so. All right, next level up from that, we want to now put a cornice of upside down stone brick stairs right here. Behind this, you can just put cobblestone. Just like on top of all the walls here, just go around and put cobblestone on top of that. And then for the front, for the details for the cornice, just we want to wrap it all the way around, just like so. And then just straight across the back. Straight across the back, and then straight across the sides here. And then meeting around back here at the front. That's all there is to do for the exterior on this phase. For the interior, though, you can see we have a lot of upside down stone brick stairs here. And that is because these are going to be the corbels that are going to hold up the wooden beams for the roof and everything. So let's take a look on the other side of the door here. So we have 5 corbels, spaced 2 blocks apart. The detailing for the stairwell here. Finishing off our arch here with some cobblestone and diorite in the middle. Just like so. And then we have upside down stone brick stairs on either side of that. And then around the corner here, finishing off our archway. Just like so, and then upside down stone brick stairs here, 2 of those on either side of this set of arches. And then behind that we have, what, 9 more corbels? Behind that there, all spaced 2 blocks apart. Of course, we can't really fit another corbel on top of our arch there, otherwise it doesn't quite look right. All right, down our main hallway here, we have 5 more corbels on either side, spaced 2 blocks apart. Just like so. These little rooms, they're small enough that they don't really need it. So we skip that in there. So do on the other side of the main room, our 2 large rooms, we want to have 5 corbels there on that wall, just matching those in the hallway. And then on the far end of the room, we want to have 5 more there. And then we want to have 3 corbels on either side of our now completed arches here in the middle with the diorite and the cobblestone. All right, so on the back here, we now want to do the same thing we did for the exterior with the cornice. We want to just wrap that all the way around right there to cap off the entablature for the peristyle. And then also for this, you can just go ahead and roof the entire thing over with cobble. Just like so. I suppose I could have dressed this up a little bit more with perhaps some additional oak beams or something back here. Now that I'm thinking about it. But I don't think anyone's going to go all the way back here and start looking up at this. So it's just one of these things. I mean, you can't really see it, so I just kind of filled it in with some cheap cobble. A very Roman thing to do, by the way. They would spend all their money on the front facade and on the interior. But when it comes to doing things around the back, they would cheap out. So, back here. It's just a standard design for pediments that I always do. If you've done any of my previous Roman tutorials, you know here. We've got the full block here for the raking cornice, and then we've got the designs here with the half slabs and everything. Along the front, and then diorite back there for the tympanum. And then along the front here, we want to have, overhanging the cornice, we want to have just a straight run of stone bricks, straight run of cobblestone across the front, just hanging out 1 block there, but on the sides back here, we want to have them be just on top of the stone brick stairs. And then same along the back. All right, so you can see we're putting on the ceiling/floor of the next levels here. So I think for this, let me just give you a good top-down view of what we're going to be doing here. Just like so, all of these are going to be oak tree trunks on their sides to form the beams. And the beams should be sitting on top of the corbels that we placed in the previous phase. And all of the, well, most all of the oak here are going to be half slabs, I believe. So let me take a look at this from the top down. Right here, we can see we do have a couple of roof tiles. That's what the red nether brick is here, by the way. We're going to have the roof tiles coming in here. So this ceiling will fit on the top of the 2 large rooms at the front. And then back here is going to be the ceiling for the corridor. And then the 2 small rooms back there. And then behind that, you can see with the red nether brick in the corners there, that's going to form the bottommost level of the roof tiles that we're going to be putting in. They're just straight runs, pretty much. Just turn at the corner and do straight runs. And fill in all the void spaces with cobblestone if you want to. So taking a look at the central section over here, we can see where our stairwells are going to be finishing. I'm going to land, and we're going to take a look at all this from below as well. We're just take a look at it from the top to start with. So you might want to watch this section completely instead of pausing on each bit, so you can double check yourself and then just go back to the previous, whichever section is most helpful for you to build things. All right, so that's the central section. Once you've done that pattern there with the oak and everything. And of course, the pediment for the peristyle courtyard at the back here, Follows the exact same design as you've done at the front. So let's land and take a look at all of this. And it might be a little dark. I think we could benefit from a bit of night vision in here. All right, so here we are at the front. You can see the oak beams are resting on the corbels, just like so. And then the oak is in turn resting on the arch. Because if it sits just right on the arch, we don't really need any extra corbels. So here's the detailing for the stairs. That's going to finish our stairs, by the way. Like so on either side. So here's the detailing for the ceiling. In the main room, you can see how the coffers work out and everything with the oak slabs. See how they're sitting on the corbels and then on the arch in turn. And then back here at the back, just like so. Very simple design. So here for the ceiling, for the, I wonder why I didn't, now that I'm looking at this, I wonder why I didn't, I think it looks like I have my, my tree trunks a little bit too far back. Right there, where this red is, I would pull these tree trunks forward so that this can be symmetrical on both sides. That already been a couple minutes? There we go. Like so. And that'll make that better, I think. So in here you can see we have just a simple design for the ceiling in here. We couldn't really fit in the coffers because of the irregular nature of some of the room. Same deal here for these little rooms, like so. I'm looking at it. If you wanted to make the these little rooms, instead of having, you could move those oak beams over there, and then put and then move the half slabs over there, so it'd be more of a rectangle in this room, I think. And then reorientate those if you want to. It's not too big of a deal, really. Let's see. I think that's everything to take a look at in that phase. And now we're going to go on to the next one, of course, which is, you can see we're doing a lot of roof tiling. So we're going to start here at the front with the pediment and everything. So with our full blocks and half slabs, our full blocks and then the double half slabs, right there for the pediment design. And then behind that, you can see we have the design for the roof tiles with the red nether brick and deep slate tiles, slabs, just like so. Just a simple repeating pattern. You get to the corner here, and then we turn and go up a little ways with the cobblestone. And then just straight along with the cobblestone until we get to this point back here, although it's probably easier for you to start from this corner back here with the roof tiling, and then just do the simple repeating pattern, just like so, until you get all the way back here. And then we want to turn, of course, and do this pattern again here for the roof, and this intersection right here with the pediment at the courtyard at the back. And I think for this, I didn't fill some of these spaces in, but these are going to end up right there, back there, and here. I think these are going to end up being void spaces across the front there. That's going to be a void space, and then that's going to be a void space back here. So if you do see that up, remember to throw down a couple of torches so we don't get things spawning back there. So let's take a look at the interior room layout. You can pretty much see how this room is going to go. The detailing for the railing over here for the stairs. The safety railing, safety first. like so, and then simple runs of cobblestone straight across there, and then there for the walls, and then here for the frames for the double doors. And then, of course, the same detailing on the other side there. All right, let's take a look at that from the top down real quick. And I think that's all there is to see there. I think did I go along back here? We do have some cobblestone ribbing dividers here for the roof that I like to do. I like to put these on all my buildings to just make the roof have a little bit, I like to break it up a little bit. It makes it look better, I think. So moving along back here, let's go to the next phase. Detailing again here for the pediment. You can see we're just doing the same pattern. We're just extending it straight up and over. And then back here you can see the repeating pattern for the roof tiles. For the roof tiles, now that you've done a bit of these, so you can see where it's all headed and everything. You're just shifting the same pattern up one block and then back two, pretty much. For the roof tiling, just straight across there. Like so, we've got that void space back here that I mentioned, so, you know, toss down a few torches. And then on top of the cobblestone that we put in for the main rooms, you can see we're just now putting stone brick on top of that. Right there, and extending up the double doors here. And the diorite frames around them. Around the back here. Let's go start at the back corner here. We're finishing off this. It's just a very simple roof. We're finishing that off with a ridge line of cobblestone slabs. Just like so. And then we've got some cobblestone here in the corner to kind of squish the roof into. And then we're continuing the pattern here till we get, of course, to the second pediment back here in the peristyle courtyard. And then here, a little detail, we've got just a little trapdoor right there on top of our banister for our stairs. And then along the back here is just the same pattern as it was along the side. And that's going to finish off the back peristyle courtyard. Just like so. Now we only have to focus on the main house for the rest of the tutorial. All right, so here, just about to finish off our pediment on the front, just like so. And then just connect it straight back with cobblestone and the roof tiles like you see done here. And at the back here, when we hit the wall, we want to have that be just straight cobblestone. And our last little bit of roof tiling for that there. And that'll be all sealed off. And then here for the rooms, we have just straight cobblestone, extending pretty much, except for our window frames, which you're going to have here. These are 3 blocks from either side of that there. And then 2 more in the middle here. And then the detailing for our double doorways. Mirror image, the same deal for the windows along the back that we did at the front. I'll just show you that from the top down real quick. So you can see that the house, that the upper story from this point onwards is pretty much going to end up being a mirror image. In other words, once you do one quadrant of this, the other 3 quarters are going to be exactly the same. So like you can see back here at the back, for the back pediment for the peristyle, same detailing as the one at the front. Like so. Let me get a little altitude. You can clearly see now how that is just entirely a mirror image of itself. All right, here at the front, we're finishing off our pediment with just a simple ridge line of I think these are some half slabs right there to finish that off. And then back here, we've done now the lowermost sections of our roof at the front. So we're back to a wall building phase again. So you can see, in keeping with all the other windows, we've got just the oak fences there for the windows, for the lattice for the windows. Then just extend up the window frames. On top of the cobblestone, we want to just have stone bricks. Stone bricks down the middle there for the room divider. Just like so. Same detailing for all the pairs of windows at the back. We have 6 pairs of windows. They're all done exactly the same. And then here's the detailing for the double doors. Just like we did our previous doors. All right, next phase, easy phase. Same detailing for the windows. Just extend all the windows up on the outside and put cobblestone on top of the stone bricks. Just like so. Cobblestone down the room divider there. And then just right there to cap off our double door frames. And that's going to be the end of the doors. Just like so. All right, next phase, pretty easy phase, like really easy phase. So on top of all the cobblestone, go around and put stone bricks on top of that. And cap off your windows with 3 blocks of diorite for all 6 pairs of those. And that's all there is to that phase. Next phase, go around on top of all the stone bricks that you did and put tuff on top of that. Right here, and then for our window frames, of course, we've got the upside down stone brick stairs. Right there on all 6 pairs of those. On here for the interior rooms, we've got the upside down stairs again, so you know that means corbels. So they've got the same spacing, just 5 on either side of both rooms. So it's going to be 10 corbels total for each room. So total 40 corbels for the 4 rooms, and then 5 more for a total of grand total of 50 corbels going this way after you put down the tuff, of course. All right, next phase, we're putting on the ceiling now. So we want to do a big rectangle of diorite all the way around, where on top of the tuff, and then fill in the rest of it with cobblestone. And then all the rest of this is going to be just like we did the previous ceiling / floors. Go around and put the oak tree trunks on their sides there for the beams on top of the corbels. And then all the standard oak planks here are just the oak slabs, of course. Oak slabs for the coffered ceiling. Just like so. I'm trapped. There we go. All right, next phase, coming to the home stretch now, we're putting on our last roof. So we want to, on top of the diorite, go around and put around a big rectangle of cobble. And then in front of that, we want to have a cornice of upside down stone brick stairs and a big rectangle all the way around. All the way around the exterior, just like that. And then on the interior, we want to space out some, I just put in some very simple oak beams for our ceiling here. So you want to do for 1 here, or 1, and then space out with 2. But then here it spaces out with 3, and then 1, and it goes to 3, and then 1, and then 2. And then back here, of course, this is going to be our center line right here with the red. So you can see the oak beams, they do vary a little bit. I probably should have kept the numbering consistent, but I didn't. It goes for the 1 down here in the middle, then space 2, and then do another one, then space 3, space 3 again, and all the other 3 are space 2. It's not super important though. I mean, the ceiling, I mean the ceiling, the attic is just sealed up. So if you want to skip that entire thing I'm doing here with the oak beams, you can't do that too. So here on top of the roof, we want to have an overhanging cornice of cobblestone, just in a big rectangle all the way around the building, on the front and the back, just like so. And then we want to have these 2 overhanging blocks here for the raking cornice, because you can see the design here. We're doing another pediment, which is it's the same design that we did back down there. It's just going to be a little bit bigger along the side here. And of course, we've got the diorite tympanum behind that there. All right, and you can see here, once you do one of these roof beams, do the same. They just got 5 spaces, and you can go around and put a block spaced out by 5, just all on top of all of those. And then behind here, you can see we've got the lowermost portions of the red nether brick for the last set of roof tiles. So here's our center line. So we want to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11. Skip that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's 11 and then 9 on either side of those, and do, of course, both of those exactly the same on either side of the central line. And over here, take a look from the top down. Start here in the center again. You can see we've got, well, actually, we should be starting probably over here now. Over here at the corner. So let's take a look here. You can see we've got the same design for the pediment and the tympanum that we used previously. So you've already built one of those, so you know how to do that. And here, the same detailing for the roof tiles that we previously used here. That section for the 9, and then this section for the 11. And then, of course, you want to do the front and back exactly the same. Just exactly the same. All right, next phase. The same detailing here for the pediment. You know how that goes. And then here, the same detailing for the roof tiles. Just like so for the 9 and the 11. And then here, detailing just a couple of oak planks right here for the trusses to support our ceiling joists and beams and everything. I don't think I need to spend too much time on that because this next phase is pretty much the same deal. Same detailing for the pediment. You're just extending it up and 2 blocks over. Of course, same detailing for the roof tiles, just like so. And just connect all the roof beams together with 3 blocks of oak right there at the top. And that's going to be the roof beams finished. And then here, of course, we just want to cap off our roof on the side here. Just like so. And I think those, and then we want to do a straight run of cobblestone blocks all the way down the center of the ridge line, coming to the other side. And of course, you know the deal with the roof tiling. Just exactly the same as the previous bits of roof tiling. And to cap everything off, on top of that, we want to put a half slab here of stone bricks, and then just do a straight run of cobblestone slabs all the way down the front there. And then one last roof tile there. And then while I'm thinking about this, to make it look a little bit nicer, if you want to go through here and where I'm putting this red, put in maybe a little extra red nether brick. Right here. It would make the top of the roof look a little bit less jagged. It's kind of a personal taste thing. But I wanted to mention that as an aside. We couldn't really do it down here because these ended up being full blocks. But once you have done that, your Roman Praetorium building in your fort will be complete.